is the Smash Bros. Cast, episode 14. I'm your host, N64 Josh. I got my sparring partner and co-host, Nightcrawler. What's up, dude?
Yo, yo, yo.
And we got a player 3. We got somebody that actually knows how to play Smash with us today. What's up, Scott? How you doing?
Oh, hey, how you doing, guys?
Doing good. We're glad you reached out, man. You just hit me up on Twitter out of the blue. We're like, hey, I play Luigi. I'm pretty good. I do some tournaments. I'm like, hey, let's get you on.
Yeah, I mean, I just really wanted to reach out to you guys and really just relay the info I know, because I know you were looking for people that went to tournaments and such, so figured it'd be fun.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be great. So, if you can do me a favor, Scott, if you can keep your mic as close to your mouth as possible, I just want to make sure you're loud enough. You got a little quiet, so.
Okay, you got me.
Yep, we're good. So,
okay,
let you guys know just a few little announcements. First, if you are watching this show on YouTube, we do it as a podcast as well. You can find it on iTunes, Google Play, all that stuff. And then vice versa, if you want to see the episodes, they're on YouTube. And then, of course, we do it live, twitch.tv/N64Josh. We're shooting for around 2 p.m. on Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Fridays. So if you want to come hang out, you're more than welcome to. We'd love to have you. And it's a good time. And then sometimes when we're done, we might play a little bit. It just depends on the day. So this is the final week of not having any Smash 5 news. This is the final week.
It's like Christmas Eve.
Next Friday.
Yeah, super hyped for that, honestly.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome. So real quick, Scott, give us just kind of the lowdown with you and your history with Smash a little bit, and then we'll jump into the news.
Okay, so I actually started playing Smash like most people when they picked up the first game. I was really young then. I was born in '96, so I think I was 3 or 4 when I started playing the game with my cousins. We used to play all the time, obviously just like 4-player with items and stuff. And from there, I just had a love for the series ever since, really. I just love the characters and how you can just hit them against each other. It's always been the best part about it, obviously, for most people. But once I started getting into it with Brawl, after Melee, I played a lot of Melee, but with Brawl, I was really excited to be able to finally play online, and we know how that turned out. But regardless, that was a big deal. I would follow the dojo all the time, and I started getting into the online scene for that game when it came out, because I had a friend of mine by the name of Mike. He goes by Clipboards. He's in the Smash scene too, but he directed me to this forum called Brawl Friend Codes, and I used to play with great players all the time on there that would just occasionally play online. And after that, for a while, I was just looking into getting into tournaments because, there wasn't much around me. So a couple of years later, I'm in high school, and I have this guy who invites me to his local town over, and they play Melee. So I'm like, oh, I don't really know much about competitive Melee or anything. I've never really heard of tournaments or anything for that game. So I'll check it out. So I look up YouTube videos and such, and I go to this tournament, and I do okay, but I kind of get wiped by the guy who invited me, and I'm like, okay, I think I understand now. Like, you kind of start to realize as you start to go to things that you're not as good as you might have thought you were. And a lot of people experience this, yeah. And after that, I actually kept playing that for a while on and off, but I really got into it with Smash 4 when that came out because I wanted to prove that I was pretty capable at that point. And ever since, I've just kept playing.
Nice, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we're gonna get, and so you main Luigi in Smash 4, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so why Luigi?
Okay, so the main reason why I play Luigi is just because of his throw combos. That's really it. I know you guys have probably heard of Elegant, right?
Oh, yeah. For sure. Yep. We talked about him about a week ago.
I'm sorry,
or so.
What was that? You cut out for a minute.
Yeah. We talked about him I think like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, okay. So he's a big proponent of the character because of those also, the throw combos. Originally, I main Sheik when I would just play locally at smaller tournaments, but I really got into it with Luigi. Kind of made me a little bit more interested in the game because of the combos. So I've just played him ever since. He's just exciting to play. Like, you can touch somebody once and they could possibly die.
I got you.
That's the really exciting part about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, awesome, man. Well, we're going to get into the Smash news now. Crawler, I'm going to let you take it away.
Nice.
Yeah, so this weekend, we talked about it last week, but this past weekend, the Smash and Splash in the Wisconsin Dells took place, and they had, I think, every single game that Smash has to offer available for people to compete in. We have some of the results. There's a link in the show notes that can take you for full results, but I'll go over a few here real quick. Let me get back up to the top. So for Smash 4, the top four, we'll go top five. So Elegant playing as Luigi, Light playing as Fox took fourth, MK Leo, he played 4 different characters, took third. Salem played as Bayonetta, took second, and Void played as Sheik and won overall for singles for Smash 4. And then Melee, top 5 was Mewtwo King, and he played 3 different characters. Leffen played as Fox, Hungerbox as Jigglypuff took second, and Armada won as Peach and Fox.
Yeah, and we included videos to in the show notes here. There's a video to the Melee finals, a link to that video, and also a link to the Smash 4 finals. I actually watched a good portion of the Melee finals, and those guys are just crazy. Like, it's that game is so old, but it's still so entertaining to watch. It's crazy. You know, like it's so fast and so like the things they do, you're just like, what? How do they do this?
Yeah,
but
just the shots of them holding their controllers as well is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always love that.
Yeah, so real good stuff. If you want to be able to check those out, we got links in the show notes for you. During the Melee finals, Ninja, the Fortnite streamer, hosted the channel with 94,000 viewers. So this is a big deal. Like, this is big for Smash, like, period. Like, really good. And the announcers did a great job of saying, hey, if you guys are interested in the tournament scene or getting into Smash, we've got all kinds of videos and different resources for you to get involved. So I thought they really knocked it out of the park with that many people there just to really promote Smash. And I mean, it was crazy. 94,000.
Did you see who the guest caster was for the Smash 4 finals?
I didn't recognize him.
Zero came out and was casting.
Oh, Smash! I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I thought you meant Melee, and I was like, I didn't see any, but I didn't catch any of the Smash 4 ones. No,
I didn't see it, but I did know that I was following enough on Twitter that I saw that he was going out there specifically for that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he put a lot of hype into that. That was really entertaining.
That's awesome. That's cool. That it's good to see that he's going to be competing and everything like this. Oh my gosh, this is the invitational or the
Christmas.
Dude, it's crazy. It is crazy. While we're talking about this, Crawler, would you mind pulling up the exact time the invitational is going to be happening, just so we can make sure
I'll
we
let
everybody know. So we have, as far as another piece of news, we do have some talking points we're going to get to, but as far as just more news, there was a GameCube controller that was leaked. A picture of a officially licensed. We have nothing has been officially announced, but this is an officially licensed controller based on the pictures that we saw in a Walmart warehouse. Made from the company Power A, who I believe made the the Mario and the Peach, the Samus, all of the they're real plasticky GameCube controllers that you plug into a Wii remote. Not really super awesome, but they could get the job done. This looks like it took the GameCube's original design and then tried to modify it a little bit, added 2 Z buttons. So you basically had 2 bumpers. The D-pad is much bigger than the original GameCube D-pad. It's no longer a Lucky Charm. And it's a wired controller. So, and they have blue or the indigo and black so far is what the picture showed. So again, we'll probably find out more on, and I'm not sure if we'll find that out at the E3 presentation or if it's going to be a Treehouse thing that's going to talk about some of the accessories that are coming for Smash. Like I'd have to go look back and see how they announced it for Wii U as far as the adapter and the GameCube controllers coming out, because I just don't remember. But
the Smash Bros. Invitational, I have it here, is not quite an official time. It does start immediately following the Splatoon 2 World Championships, and the grand finals for that take place on June 12th at 1 p.m. Pacific for the Splatoon finals. So when those wrap up, I guess depending on how quickly or how slowly they go, the Smash Bros. Invitational starts after that.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. So, and please tell me the 12th is Tuesday.
It is.
Oh, good. That's good, because that's the day I took all day off. I'm like, if that's Wednesday,
you and me both have that whole day to sit and watch.
I was going to be super depressed. So the last little bit of news is Smash 5 will be playable June 12th at the Nintendo store in New York. We have a link to the tweet that Nintendo put out. So if you're in New York and you want to be able to play Smash, you have an opportunity. Just check the link, check Nintendo's Twitter. Actually, this link comes from Smash Switch News. That's the link I have here. So could be an opportunity for you to go play it if you're in the area. So that'd be pretty cool. If you do play it and you listen to this show, shoot us a tweet. Let us know how it was. Did you enjoy it?
Shell shock. We're looking at you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We're looking at you, buddy. So we want to hear how it played. So we do have, I know Ninja's going and he already got signed up. Ninja Yoshi, he's another friend of the show. He's signed up and going to be playing. So we'll get to hear from him for sure. So couple topics now. Going back to the GameCube controller. Do you guys think we're going to see an officially, the official Nintendo controller, the official GameCube controller? Are we going to get the other USB port, just like we had for the Wii U? Scott, what do you think?
So I have been looking at Reddit and I saw the posts about the officially licensed GameCube controllers and such like that, but I'm not 100% sure if they'll rebrand them for the Switch and release them again. I'm hoping, because they do have a market. I think definitely a lot of people would love to buy them. Specifically because if you go and search for a GameCube controller right now to use it for tournaments or whatever else you want to use it for old GameCube games, they go for really high prices. Like I actually recently bought a new one and it was about $90 after shipping. It was ridiculous, but I use it for tournaments, so I figured I'd buy it. I know I get my use out of it. So, I mean, for anybody who typically wouldn't use it that often, it's not worth the price. I think they should re-release them for the Switch, but we'll see.
Crawler, what do you think?
Yeah, I just pulled up the picture again, and I'm looking at it, and there is one major thing that the Power A controller on the box, at least, appears to have, is something the GameCube controller is lacking, which is a LZ button. So I think if Nintendo, I know how a lot of Nintendo snobs like to stick their nose up at not officially produced Nintendo peripherals, but I mean, if Nintendo can make one that is the GameCube controller and it maybe mimics this design, I think it can have a market, especially on the Switch as well, with the fact that you don't need to have the Wii U adapter. That if maybe the Metroid Prime trilogy is coming to Switch, like a lot of people are hoping for, then maybe this can get more use than just for Smash. So maybe there might be a market for it. And I think just not having to rely on reproducing the GameCube adapter, I think would be beneficial for them. And then they can maybe come out with another officially licensed USB hub so that you can plug all four in.
Yeah, the only thing I wonder about is just because of the way the Switch is as far as like it's a portable machine, right? So I mean, yes, you could just play with the Joy-Cons, but you're going to be limited to only playing docked with the GameCube controller if it's going to be plugged in USB, which I'm fine. I mean, I'm fine with. I just don't know if they're going to be looking for another solution or not. I
think Nintendo has the technology to put the wireless capabilities in it if they wanted to.
Yeah, and I know we talked about it like a couple episodes ago about like a hybrid like GameCube Pro controller that could be plugged in to charge and could also play wirelessly. You know. Yeah,
and this Power A controller has the light indicator like the Pro controller does on the bottom, where it lights up with 1 through 4 what player number you are. It also has a home button, a plus and a minus button. So, I mean, the design is there, so it just needs to be implemented fully, I guess.
Yeah, and I wonder how the community will react if it's not an official GameCube controller anymore. But I mean, if it's still the general idea, if the button layout is still the same, but they add the extra Z button and the bigger D-pad, if it had the overall same feel and as far as the way the sticks felt, the button layout, and just in the way the grip feels, I wonder how people feel about Scott. What do you think about this?
I mean, I'm personally am going to use the Switch Pro controller for this new game. I used to use the Wii U Pro controller before I switched to GameCube again, so I'll be fine with that. But I think a lot of Pro Smashers and really whoever wants to use the GameCube controller on the Switch is probably not going to choose that third-party option. They're probably going to want to get official controllers. So, I mean, I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess that would work, but I think a lot of people are looking for an official controller.
Yeah. It'd be a risk if they don't make the exact GameCube controller like they did with the Wii U. That's going to be where people's expectations are. But what I'm thinking about is like the way that the PlayStation just changed up the DualShock design from the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 4. They added some things to it. It's still not a controller for me. I'm not a huge fan of it myself, but it's still the same basic layout. It just kind of, I don't know if modernize is the best way to put it, but just kind of just made a little better. That's, and that's, I mean, look, the GameCube controller is an old controller. It's an old design. How many of these things did they make for Smash Wii U that they could just put a new sticker on and resell though? That may be a factor in all of this as well.
Too much.
Well, and I mean, I guess going back to it, the pro community doesn't even need to fully embrace this if they don't want to, because
no, they don't have to.
Because right now, I think the GameCube controller with the adapter works on pretty much every game, right, on the Switch. It's just a matter of if you absolutely need that second bumper button, you might be out of luck. But I think you can play. I think you can play Mario Kart. I think you can play Splatoon. I haven't tried Splatoon. I mean, you'd have to use, I guess, stick aiming. I guess maybe, I don't know.
Mario Tennis worked. I think
it
Mario
works.
Tennis.
I think it works as an input button. It has almost every button that, as long as you treat the C stick as your other joystick, I think it works just like the Pro controller does, minus a bumper button. So if the Pro community wants to continue using actual physical GameCube controllers and not embrace whatever might come out from Nintendo or this Power A option, if it turns out to be true, they have that option, because most I would think pro circuits are going to have access, or have people that have access to Wii U adapters to bring their GameCube controllers. So
Yeah, you're probably right. We may see multiple. They may, I mean, and that's kind of, I mean, looking at Mario Tennis, look at all the options to play that game. You can play handheld. You can play docked, of course. You can play with a single Joy-Con using motion. I believe you can play with a single Joy-Con. I don't know that because you need that stick for trick shots. Kind of. You might be able to do. I think you might be able to do.
Maybe turn it sideways.
Yeah, there's still the possibility of that. Like they seem to be all about the options that it. You know, who knows? Who knows? And they love selling accessories. So, I mean, it could be like a more the merrier kind of thing, or it's like, hey, if you want to play docked with the GameCube controller, here's an adapter. Here's the official. I mean, think about the possibilities, like the Pro controller, just that clear, smoky plastic that they use for it. Like, what if they designed a GameCube controller not to look like the old, as far as the indigo and the black, but to have the look of the Pro controller, that it's, you know, just this killer clear plastic, like kind of out, like just thinking outside of the box a little bit more, like thinking about that kind of stuff is like, oh my gosh, my wallet is crying thinking about.
Yeah, because I mean, the current Pro controller has kind of that see-through plastic like you were talking about, kind of like going back to the 64,
right,
when they came out with the see-through plastic colors. So I mean, yeah, just make it GameCube shaped, but have it be the color scheme, quote unquote, of the Switch Pro controller.
Yeah, I think they're probably just going to re-release the GameCube controller again, but that's not my personal hope. I just think that's what they want to do to profit from it.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's good. That's probably going to be the case. So, okay. Last week we had there was a question on the Smash subreddit that was, hey, what if there's like, they get ready to announce everybody's coming to play the game and it's Smash 4 Deluxe, right? And I don't think that's going to be the case. I'm not in that. I'm not there.
Yeah.
And we talked about that. But then it kind of hit me this week is this, my prediction about, and we may never hear this, but my prediction is that Smash 5 is a port of Smash 4 that they gave to Sakurai shortly after the release of Smash on Wii U and said, here, you have 4 more years to polish this and make this into the exact game that you want it to be. And that will be the game that we get on the Switch. So all the characters plus some, faster movement, maybe a little more like Melee, maybe so it's a little more just a little more fine-tuned and then polished. That's where my head's at. Scott, what do you think?
I really do think they're probably going to use the same engine, which would actually be a first in series history, because 64 to Melee, it was a new engine. Melee to Brawl was a new engine apparently, and then Brawl to Smash 4 Wii U was kind of like a modified version of that engine, but it still wasn't like the same game engine, if that makes sense. I think they're basically just going to use a lot of the same physics engine, but I could see it definitely being a little bit more aggressive, a little bit faster. I think they want to appeal to that Melee audience too. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that. I would actually love that personally.
Crawler, what about you, bud?
Well, we got into it a little bit on Twitter the other day, but boo this man. But I mean, we've talked about it a little bit, and I think, I mean, as long as they don't come out and tell us that it's a port, I think that's the biggest thing the community doesn't want to see is that they're told that this is a game from 4 years ago, and they want the new and shiny. But hopefully, if the changes that you were just talking about with speeding up the game, I mean, if the rumor that we talked about however many weeks ago turns out to be true, that they're kind of crossing the speed of Melee and Smash 4, then I think people will be happy. And I the biggest thing that anybody I think cares about in Smash is the roster, and I think hopefully we'll have a clearer view of that on Tuesday afternoon. morning, whatever time it is for you.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. We definitely want to know who is going to be in this game. So there you go. That's kind of where we're at as far as like, is this a port? Is it a new installment? I do think it's new, but I think it's the same. I think it's the same engine, that kind of stuff. So that's where I'm at with that. Okay. We're running low on time. So our Smash character for this week is Yoshi. That was by request from David. So I have 2 videos, one from Beefy Smash Dudes, it's really good, and one from Jtails. So you can watch that right on your show notes and then practice right along with it. And then as far as for Montage, I found like it's kind of like a top 10 with Yoshi, and that is from Dragon Smash. And just going through the comment section on that video, people were like, oh my gosh, Yoshi is a beast. So some good stuff on Yoshi if you want to check it out. For Smash practice this week, what I wanted to get was some tips from Scot. So Scot, I'm going to let you take it away now and just give us some pointers, some things that we can do like on a daily basis when we fire up the game to improve.
Whoop, we just lost him.
Oh. We lost him altogether. There he's back.
Here he comes.
Training mode, doing routines in there is a big deal. Practicing your combos really is a huge deal in the current installment anyway. A lot of people you see at a higher level, they're incredible at converting combos. And the ledge game is very important, like reading and reacting off of the ledge, seeing what people have for options for their character specifically. Helps a lot. So really just looking for habits in people's gameplay if you look to watch better players and trying to apply that yourself when you're playing against people you know. So
one of the questions I have, because I don't know that we've really hit on it much on this podcast, is, when you say work on the edge game, kind of break that down for us a little bit. Like, I'll be honest, I'm nervous to play that edge game much because every time I try, I fall to my death. It's almost inevitable. So if you're in training mode, like, do you recommend like trying to knock the computer off and then jumping out towards the computer and trying to keep it on the ledge, or what are some specific things that we can do when it comes to playing the edge?
Okay, so I think I know where you're coming from. Are you saying you're getting off the ledge, or you're trying to defend them from coming back? Yeah,
really, it could be both, right? Because they're both important parts to the game. But yeah. But if you have knocked them off and you want to, maybe try to go for a spike or something like that, is there? And it's obviously going to be character specific, right? So what I'm looking for is just kind of some general tips that you might suggest.
Okay, so if you're defending the edge, like if you're edge guarding, or if you're really just looking to stop them from getting up again and push them back off for a kill, the best thing you can do is hold block, like hold your shield up and try to react off of their get up. So a lot of the time they'll do jump. That's a really common option because most characters can jump pretty high and do attacks out of it when they get up from the ledge. So what you can do is hold block, react, and jump out of block and hit them, or stop their jump from occurring, for example. The block also covers get up attack. So if they're anticipating that you drop block a lot, they'll just keep trying to attack you from the ledge, or they'll use their double jump. Like they'll drop from the ledge, double jump, and try to hit you with an aerial move. That will usually work against people who aren't super defensive at the ledge, or if they're a little bit loose on their timings. But most of the time, you just want to hold block and try to throw your fastest move out of block. That usually will stop people from coming back on. But for trying to actually edge guard, like if you're going out and trying to spike, or they call it gimping somebody in that game, what you can do with Luigi, for example, is he has the Cyclone move that'll like spin people out and spike them off the bottom of the blast zone. So what you want to do usually with a move like that or any other spike is you kind of just want to like wait, anticipate their double jump, and read where they're going to try to snap to the ledge from. So if they're coming from high or trying to go low to like stop you from hitting them horizontally, that's typically what you want to do, is wait for that jump or wait for their trajectory without their jump.
So for starting out, for somebody like me, that's a novice, the best thing would be to, for right now, if when it comes to edge guarding, hitting that block, and if they go for their double jump, try to counter it immediately before they can pull it off. And then if they do an attack, then you're going to be shielded and you can follow it up immediately. Is that basically?
Yeah, basically. So you pretty much, in your case, you typically play Mario, right?
Yep.
Okay, so with Mario, he has pretty good out of shield options, they call it. So what you can do is, if you see them out trying to recover from far away, with Luigi, for example, he has the green missile move where you'll see him like rocket toward the edge. And you can actually go out and cape recoveries like that, or really any other recovery, but you pretty much just want to use any move that sends them away from you, like it sends them back off the stage to reset the situation if you can't just kill them. So yeah, pretty much you just want to like hold block and react to them trying to go over you. You pretty much just want to be the wall for the edge so they can't pass. That's the whole concept of it.
And so another thing that you could probably do, I mean, it would depend character to character, but like when Crawler and I fire up a match, I could just say, hey, jump off. I'm going to like, and just keep trying to get back on in different ways so that I can just practice that over and over again. And then we can switch. Like, it'd probably be a good way to practice, right?
Yeah, typically having another person is the best idea to do it. Obviously I know you guys probably play somewhat often, so that's a great idea. And there are actually mods for your Wii U if you're interested in the modding community that help with that. I typically use a training mod pack, and you can set the AI to do different things. But anyway, it resembles what a human would do, or gives them different options that the AI typically wouldn't, if that makes sense.
I see. Okay. Well, cool, man. Cool. So I guess that's kind of where I'll leave it as far as just with practicing. Like, if you have a sparring partner, of course, we've heard it over and over again. If you know somebody that you can play with, in the same room, that's going to be your best Smash experience, period. Especially trying to do some of these, trying to do some of the precision moves or things like that. Like, as soon as lag gets into be a factor, it can get pretty frustrating. But
yeah, it's kind of silly. I mean, I typically try to avoid online because going to tournaments frequently will throw you off a bit, but it's okay enough if you have somebody with a good connection.
Gotcha. All right. Well, hey, speaking of tournaments, give us the lowdown on just a few of those. Like, I know we're running a little long, but I don't mind if you're cool.
Oh no, I'm good. Yeah, I'm all set. So I got some time.
So what's your mindset going in? Like, what have been some of your experiences with the tournament scene?
Okay, so early on when you're going to tournaments, and in my case, for example, you feel a lot of this pressure that you probably shouldn't feel. It's kind of like, it's not everybody that has this issue, but a lot of people feel that they have something to show for their skill, especially if they're really new to the tournament scene. They're not totally sure how other people will play. So you kind of build up these expectations that you probably shouldn't in the beginning. A lot of newer players do this, and they kind of overthink a lot. But as you progress over time, you start to realize that the pressure isn't really a thing that you should be worrying about, because everybody feels that pressure in the back of their mind. They're thinking, oh, what if I get upset by this guy who's worse? Or what if I beat this guy who's really good? And those type of ideas really hold most people back. So that's something I've typically been working on lately, and it's been really improving my gameplay. And I think a lot of people should implement that if they're new to the scene. But with tournaments in general, I've really just had a blast. I've met a lot of great people. A lot of my friends I have now are from the tournament scene for Smash. So it's a great community, and I think everybody should at least try to go to one tournament. Like, if you like Smash Brothers, try to experience what it's like to see people who are just as passionate as you about the game.
Yeah. So Scott, do you have a reoccurring like tournament weekly or monthly or anything like that you're able to go to?
Oh yeah, I have a few. I live in Connecticut, for example, in the U.S. So I go to stuff in the region of New England. Like we have stuff in Massachusetts and Rhode Island, in Connecticut also, and the other states. But typically, I haven't been going to many weeklies lately because of work and such. But there's a few I can go to. There's Game Underground, which is a arcade and gaming lounge in Massachusetts. There is One Up Games, which is also in Massachusetts. There is the Legacy Weekly Series in Connecticut near the New Haven, Hartford area. So there's quite a few I go to, but for monthlies and regional events, that's typically what I'm more interested in because, better players go, you can kind of get better wins and more notoriety, a lot of people would say. So, for an example, a couple of weeks ago, I went to Get On My Level in Canada, and that was a great tournament. It's really an excuse to get out and take a vacation too. So nice. That's always the fun part of it. But yeah, I mean, there's just a lot to go to. New England isn't the best region in the world, but we do have some great players. We have Light, for example, who you were talking about earlier. He's number 1 in New England. And I play him pretty frequently. So, yeah, I mean, there's just a lot. Almost every weekend, there's something to go to in New England or the tri-state area. So
that's super cool. That is super cool. I'm hoping that there's going to be. We actually have this. I think I mentioned it. We have this place opening up near where I live that just says games, collectibles, and something else. And so, but it looks, even their logo looks like an esports thing. So I'm like, fingers crossed, like we might be able to get the Smash scene, if it isn't already going here, get it started over there. So that's kind of what I'm hoping. Cause I want to play real people on a regular basis. I think it'd be a ton of fun.
Yeah, man, it's a big deal. It's totally different from playing online. So
yeah, I'm lucky. I got built-in competitors right in my house. My boys, so they're like 15, 17. So that helps, but
that's awesome.
Well, cool, man. Well, hey, thank you so much for taking the time. Can you let people know where they can follow you if they want to?
Yeah, thank you, man. I'm on Twitter at Scot Burnett, BURNETT 96. I really just post a lot about the competitive Smash scene and other gaming related news and such. I'm really into the gaming scene, like journalism and other things too. So yeah, go ahead and follow me if you want some great, fun tweets to read every so often.
Right on. Crawler, where can we find you, bud?
You can find me on Twitter as well, Nightcrawler724. Nightcrawler without the E. You can also check me out hanging out in Josh's Discord. Come hang out. We're getting big, and E3 hype is growing.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Guys, the song you're hearing right now is Metal Melee theme, and you can check out the full video at n64josh.com/Metal Melee. It'll take you directly to the YouTube video. We have a couple sponsors. Audible. If you want to get yourself a free book, you can go to audibletrial.com/SBC. The chair I'm sitting in is from OP Seat. Right now, all the chairs are $50 off. If you use coupon code N64Josh, you can save an additional $10. So that's a total of $60 off of these awesome gaming chairs. I love mine. OPSeat.com. The show notes for this episode, if you want to be able to see all the links we mentioned, N64Josh.com/SBC14. Like Nightcrawler said, come hang out in the Discord. N64Josh.com/Discord will take you there. I'm on Twitter at N64Josh. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for hanging out with us live. If you want to watch the Invitational with us live, I'm going to be streaming all day long on Tuesday. So twitch.tv/N64Josh will be live all day, watching all the Nintendo news, all the Smash news, taking it all in, giving commentary. We'll probably do some just impromptu podcasts, that kind of stuff. So really excited for that. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. Take it easy.